It's not the best for Formula, but it can work for Formula. And then it also can work for P1 cars, right? So this is already a wheel that can do 3 classes, in my opinion. That's why I love this wheel. And these controls have controls for exit, mid, and I was talking about ARB, right? ARB, rear and front. I was talking about down here, it says deploy down here in that sticker. Let's see if you see it right there. There it is. This episode is brought to you by Trophy AI, the ultimate performance coach tool for sim racers. Hello and welcome to the Chicane Podcast, where we discuss all things in the sim racing world. I'm your host, Jason Rivera, and I'm joined here by Mr. Eric Kelly and Jeff Smart. How's everybody doing this week?
Doing good, man. I might need some ice for my knees, and it has nothing to do with me being old, but I'll talk about that later, man.
Dude, what else? A lot of stuff going on this week. You know, just chatting with you gentlemen before this started, and dude, we have been busy. Maybe not just racing, but like on the peripheral about sim racing and rigs, etc. So we got a lot of stuff to cover today. But yeah, I'm ready to get into it.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's good to hear, man. How was your weeks, man? How is life treating you guys in Hawaii and the East Coast?
I can tell you in the East Coast, man, no storms, just
no tsunamis, huh? No tsunamis.
No tsunamis. Yeah. I can't complain. The temp dropped below 90 outside, so I'm living good, man.
All right, and Jeff, we just heard from you that it's been a busy, crazy week. I mean, I same right back at you. Been trying to figure out the plan for this expo because we are in range of it's already here. You know how it is, man. Once you get down to weeks and it's no more months, it's already weeks. And I'm seeing a lot of posts on social media. I saw the Sim Racing Den post a video and shout us out, Chicane Podcast. So shout out to him. Right back at you, brother. And a lot of other content creators putting out the good word, and it's the truth, man. Nobody is making any sort of monetization over the SimGaming Expos. It's not even an affiliate. We can't call it an affiliate because there's no money, to call it that. All it is, a code that he made special for us and for Michael and for, the many content creators to share out. So that way you can get a little discount, for being a follower or just being part of the community, right? Not just being someone that showed up and say, oh, what is this SimGaming Expo? Even though we welcome those. I mean, they can come, of course.
If you're curious, that's the place to
go. Yeah, man. So that's...
And I wanted to say, if you don't mind, I wanted to say too, kind of 2 important reasons why we keep pushing the SimGaming Expo. Obviously, it's about something that's near and dear to our hearts. But also, for this being the first event of its kind in the U.S., it's important because I don't know what type of superhuman Red Bull George has been taking, but he's been getting so many sponsors and manufacturers to support the event that they need to see that in the U.S., we are serious about sim racing and just sim in general. So important for us to come out and support and just show that there is an audience here so we can get some people maybe manufacturing here, some warehousing, some better shipping, just the sky's the limit.
Amen. Better shipping.
Bro, you bring up a great point about more manufacturers and, distributors here in the CONUS.
Yeah. We need it, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's okay. So my stance on this is we are the biggest spenders in the world. Like, it's the honest fact. I mean, I've mentioned this before. We have the biggest car show in the world is in Vegas. The biggest tech show in the world, CES, is in Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, I know this event is in Schaumburg, Chicago, or Illinois. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's the location was strategic enough to be closer to the east. Not the east. Well, I guess, the European side of the world so that they could travel, and it's not that far. It's not all the way. For us, it don't matter. It don't in Hawaii.
We're traveling.
Yeah,
We're
the
s-
fall regardless,
we're doomed no matter what, dude. It doesn't matter unless you come in here. Yeah, you guys come here all day, and get some liquid aloha. But anyways, some announcements. I mean, that's really all I have for announcements. I have this industry news update, but I'll let you guys go ahead and update us on anything going on, announcement wise, that you would like to put out.
All right.
Eric, you got anything?
Yeah. So I mentioned earlier my knees are hurting. It's because I did my first, I guess, legitimate endurance race. It was an hour. Shout out to Signal 13, and also I want to make sure I get the other league's name correct because
It
I
was
think I
two
might have.
leagues in
Yeah,
one,
so
or
it was two leagues that came together and they put on an endurance race. They had qualifying within the leagues, and then I think they took the top seven from each league, and they had a they called it a celebrity racer spot, and they invited me to come out and fill that spot, which I was very honored to.
oh hell
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, honored to participate.
I
Super
had
cool
you up on the
guys.
tube, and I think Jeff did too.
Yeah, we got in there.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all coming on
Stream
and
quality looked really good. I mean,
yeah, it
little
was
little sound thingies, but I mean, we worked them out, right? We worked them out. I think,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. For the most part, I got a couple things I got to work out, but I think for a first stream, I kind of looked back at it and I was nervous while I was doing it, but it was nice. It was
Yeah,
fun. It's something I'm keep doing. And the second league name is Hairpin Racing. So
hairpin racing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So those two leagues came together and did a kind of interleague race, which was kind of cool. I never heard of something like that. But yeah, have fun and
So you're
uh,
part of which league? Not hairpin. You're part of the other one.
so really, it was a Facebook group, a GT7 Facebook group, and the leagues are both in there. And one of the guys from one of the leagues reached out to me, and we had talked in the past, and he let me know that they might be doing something a couple months back, and just kind of kept following up with me. He also is the guy that did the livery for the car. His name is Tim. He's in Signal 13 uh, in their racing
Mm.
league. Yeah, but it was pretty cool. Great group of guys. He's also from Alabama as well, so that was cool
Okay.
too. He's down in Birmingham, about an hour and a half south of me. So yeah, shout out
Ah,
to
man, you need to
Tim and
meet up with
Signal
this guy.
13.
You
Small
Yeah, man.
know.
world.
There's a couple. It's a little track down there that I gotta go see as well. So we might have
Might
to
have heard
link
of it.
up. Yeah, and a couple
Mm.
cars and
Take a camera
a
with you, bro. Take a
I'm gonna need a
camera,
couple
or take two.
cameras. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna need a couple down there.
You need a couple of cameras. That's what's up,
Yeah,
man. Um, yeah, endurance racing, you already know it's a different beast. And
yeah,
that's good. That's good that you're able to. That's the, how do you say this? The top level
right.
racing, right? Where you use everything to get you
Yeah,
through the race. It's not a
yeah,
sprint. It's not like you take a break. It's the car is wearing down as you go, and you need to figure
yeah.
out its behaviors as you navigate the track. You know,
Yep.
which is awesome. I'm happy. I'm waiting on Jeff, and I want to see a stream
I
from Jeff.
know.
I will
Ooh,
get him.
streaming.
I will pay for his cameras, like, and install them myself over
I
there.
got. I mean, we could.
I never got
First
that
thing,
option.
first order of business is finding a league that supports the time zone and the times that I need here, living in Hawaii, working a full time job, etc. I need to find one of those.
Yeah, y'all got
Okay,
those night
we
owl hours.
send an email to the show, please, guys. We are in -10
Like
GMT.
East Coast United States racing at like midnight would be perfect.
Oh
And I'm
yeah,
sure
that
there's
would be
tons of those. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that'd be legit, actually.
Hey, gents. So I got two quick tidbits for my announcements this week. I shared with everybody that thanks to Eric, I had a moment of weakness and ordered some new bass shakers. I got the Dayton ones,
Yeah.
and installed them. Now, I wanted to mount them on the side of my seats. I think the seat I have just isn't going to be conducive. I want to be able to feel the rumble strips really and the road texture that the tires are feeling on each side of it. So I wanted to mount them on the right and left side of my rig. So I mounted them like right under my butt, really, on the seat on the rig. But mounting them there, I found out that I couldn't feel the difference between right and left because they were really so close to each other when it came to like the back. Like it was like right on the back corners. So what I did is I moved them almost all the way up to my feet. And that's where I started to be able to feel the difference when I hit rumble strips, taking a right hand corner and going over the apex. I could feel it on my right, and then obviously vice versa, I would feel it on my left. So that's how I have it hooked up. I can understand how people want 4. It just provides probably a little bit more fidelity, but I am learning that less is more with them, as obviously with the butt kicker. But I know we had a long discussion a couple episodes ago about base shakers versus butt kickers, and I will say, and the only caveat I have to this is I have the 50-watt base shakers. I think they make I forget the next size up, the next wattage, but I have the 50-watt, and it is not connected or mounted directly to my seat. So those are the only caveats. Excuse me, a butt kicker is not mounted direct, or it is directly mounted to my seat, and the base shakers are not. The butt kicker, hands down stronger. And I think that's twofold. Is first, I don't know what the amp puts out, but it's a hell of a lot bigger than the base shaker one that I mean, it's like an eighth of the size.
Just looking at the size, yeah.
Yeah, wattage,
and the channels.
I don't necessarily know. But on the other hand, the base shaker, you get 2 channels. So it gives you the feedback, the right and left. So I just wanted to give everybody kind of an update on, that's what I think is, each is different and they do different things better than the other one. Price wise, you get 2 channels with the base shakers, butt kicker stronger, single point. So that was my only point. And so I ran, and then for a second topic here, I ran across a video this morning, F4 in Imola. I was watching it, and no kidding, gentlemen, I thought I was watching like Idiots of the Week in iRacing. Like there was a race, and I was like, I don't think F4 was in Imola this week on iRacing. But I'm gonna share it with you, gentlemen, and I promise you that this is real life F4 drivers. So next time you're in an F4 race and you have a crummy start to get taken out, it happens in the real world. So I'm gonna let it play here and let everybody, all our listeners, watch the disaster that's about to start here. And it doesn't take long. First of all, how many cars do they have on the line in these F4 races?
That's crazy.
Dude, it just gets worse.
But do they not see that something's going on in front of them?
Look at all the yellow flags. Like, what is this guy?
They don't have brake pedals in
F4? They don't have a bunch of eyes either. Dude, he's lucky this person didn't get killed.
Oh, that is...
He almost made the whole thing. But
I'm going to have to start watching these races, bro.
Dude, check all the people on the left looking at the lot, that they're waving their flags, and people are like, "What flags?
Yellow flags from?"
Yeah, we didn't see any flags.
What flags? What flags?
Yeah.
So, oh my God,
no smoke,
bro.
No tires. No
anyways, next time you're in like a D-class race first corner, these guys didn't even get to the first corner, and it happens, and they're legitimately F4 drivers. So, anyways, that's
the track Imola, it usually happens way down to the first
at that
turn.
the first tight turn.
They didn't even get it to the They didn't even get to a bend.
Yeah, I did want to try to get into the full length W13 race at the Hungarian Ring. I think I'm pronouncing that right. 70 laps there. Yeah, and I just didn't get the consistency down, and that car is a handful. So I'm going to jump in and try to get a bunch of them. I think the next one is Zanzendorf is they're going to race there. So I'm going to jump in. It gives me 2 weeks to get practice, and it's really hard to find a race because they're all during the day here. Work sucks, man. When it's really starting to affect my iRacing or my sim racing
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me know. I might join you on that because I love that W13. She's a beaut. She's
a handful.
But you get used to her real fast. I mean, I tell you what, this might sound controversial, but to me, I think the SF23 is harder to control than the W13 because of the torque, the amount of torque.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. They're both handfuls. They both of them to keep your attention.
I know everybody. I guess I feel like the Porsche, what is it? The Cup car is the hardest car I've ever tried
I
to
think those
drive.
2 cars are the hardest
Dude,
cars in
that
iRacing.
freaking Cup car. It's a,
Man.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Anyways,
anyway, let me know. Let me know. I'm being
okay.
serious though. Let me know because I might stream it, and I'll put you in the chat room, and
The
we'll have
only
some
advice I
fun.
got was just
We're
make
not
sure
doing
you
that though. We're not doing what we just saw though.
No. I'd be
Yeah.
so mad if you were like looking to do 70 laps, not like a one that's like 15 minutes every 15 minutes. Yeah.
I
But
know.
I'd be
And you
pissed.
walk out, and your wife is like, "What?
I
I
thought you
thought
were
you
going
was
to be
gonna
gone
be
for 2
gone for like
hours.
an hour or two."
What
Never
happened?
mind.
I don't want to talk about it.
I thought I was going to be gone for 2 hours too.
Straight up lie. It got canceled. They
It
canceled.
got canceled. Yeah. It's in like 6 hours.
Yeah. For the next one.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I wasn't going to tell that portion of it, but yeah.
All right. Hey, that's what's up, man. I like these types of not saying that people need to be crashing like that, but it's cool to see. It's cool to see and share with everybody. I need to find a way to watch these races instead of just Formula. I
What a week
watched
the Formula was though.
Oh yeah. That
Great
was
race.
Yeah, and Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton is Hamilton, bro.
Who? What team
Yeah,
does he drive
Hamilton.
for? People are going to kill me for that one.
Oh yeah,
Hamilton. I don't know if you've seen that, but Eric, I don't know if you follow F1 like that closely, but bro, Hamilton damn near crying.
He called
saying
himself
that
useless.
Yeah.
useless,
Yeah,
and I straight up don't belong here. That it's not the car. You need to find a driver. I was like,
yeah.
Well, when you can't get out of Q2 and the car next to you, your brother, your other car takes
Yeah.
pole,
Yeah, that's
and they sold him
being
half
brutally
the
honest, man.
company of Ferrari to race for them.
I will say this, and we'll move on with the show, but they're saying that Ferrari is kind of like a stigma. There's a stigma to it because 3 world champions moved over to Hawaii, to Ferrari, and ever since they moved to Hawaii, their careers kind of went downhill.
Moved to Ferrari.
Yeah, he wants them in Hawaii real bad.
Ferrari. So I think it was Kimi Alonso, which Alonso's right in my heart.
Bro,
and,
he crushed it this week.
And Vettel as well. Those 3 kind of ended up after Ferrari, not Hawaii, Ferrari. Anyways, we have a short sim industry news update this today. We're going to go over Automobilista 2, which is AMS 2, which is a great sim, a great alternative to LMU. And the comments weren't that bad, guys. I mean, I was waiting for some boxing matches. I was staying up late seeing, but I guess we can all share our opinions, I guess, and that's cool. It makes me feel good because that means my audience, there's a bunch of adults in here that we can have a discussion like that. You know what I mean, and not be all upset.
Yeah.
And
Dude, to your point,
I don't
Jason,
know. They might shank me at the SimGaming Expo.
That is true.
They're plotting on you, man.
But I thought some of the comments I was reading this morning were pretty well thought out. It wasn't emotion as much as it was, this is why I like it, this is why I don't like it, and here's the reasons. It wasn't just like, you're an idiot. It was
constructive.
Constructive. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. It was informal and constructive, and most of them were positive. I mean, I didn't really get any ones that, usually, if somebody comes out of respect on the comments, then I straight up ignore you. They come out of respect, because
trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, let me move on with this AMS2.
All right, hit it, buddy. Sorry.
1.66 update. Was it released, right? It released at the time of this recording, and we're a little behind, but July 30th brings a mix of exciting new content and meaningful gameplay improvements. Continuing Ryza Studios, which is the developer, commitment to refining the racing simulator. Headlining the update is the Endurance Pack Part 3 DLC, which adds fresh vehicles and racing experiences to growing endurance racing roster. However, the update goes far beyond just adding new content. As mentioned in the 2025 July developer update they had, the studio has also focused heavily on multiplayer improvements. The back end and structural enhancements are intended to lay the foundation for further progress in online racing, likely leading to a more stable and more enjoyable multiplayer experience. So they were trying to make the multiplayer better. So that's pretty much it. They had some significant changes to the AI behavior. They reworked the AI pit stop strategy logic because apparently they were doing some crazy things. The AI when they were pulling into the pits. So yeah, they make more. Word for word, they make more sensible decisions regarding fuel loads and tire wear. This means AI drivers are likely to overfuel or make unnecessary pit stops. So they were overfueling and making pit stops just to make one, because they were just simulating, I guess. I don't know. Leading to more competitive and more realistic race scenarios. Additionally, changes to the tire wear logic ensure that AI won't continue racing on overly worn tires when a pit stop would result in faster overall lap times. So, guys, there's a full change log. I'll leave the links in the description below. But that's kind of what we're looking at with a title that's way over 8 years old, I want to say. And it's still getting updated and it's still being cared for. And
Yeah.
again, a lot of these simulators, I give them a hard time, but a lot of these simulators have years of development behind their backs. So it makes it easier for them to build on something that already works. I respect the developer that builds on a game and doesn't give up on it. EA, again, giving up on games and just renaming it, rehashing it. We're going to have an F-150, 25 years from now. There's going to be an
Hopefully,
F-150.
Nim and crew can
Oh,
take
yeah.
over that.
Yeah.
Hopefully Nim puts out the good word and they come to an agreement or, make them an offer you can't refuse. You know what I
Do
mean?
it.
So,
Do it.
but yeah, that's about it for today's sim industry update. And what do you guys think? What do you guys think of AMS2 and their, since you started sim racing, like what do you think? Like I know for me it's been awesome. They've had many changes and it's been through many like revisions since.
Dude, for how old it is and the number of cars, the number of tracks is. Do they have like go-karts in there?
I
They
know.
have Formula, they have GT,
They got trucks.
they have tons of stuff. They have go-kart
got
tracks. Like I love getting my kid loves jumping in and driving the go-karts, just a little bit more sporty and stuff. But it's got so much stuff. And
Okay.
it's cool. Like you can put new, like while I get in there and drive every now and again the F1 cars with the livery on them and stuff like that. Because I'm about to say something, like you can put the liveries, the new liveries on the F1 cars and drive a track that's on the circuit. And I'm gonna say something. It's better than F120, 20, 25, 24, 23. And it's what, how many, 8 years old?
Oh, hands down, bro.
Yeah. You can't race other people, but nonetheless, it's still good racing. It's a pretty. I think it's a great. If I had to play one sim for the rest, or one simulator for the rest of my life, it'd be AMS. If you couldn't switch back and forth, because it just covers so much stuff.
I want to say one thing, and this is very very unique about AMS2, and it's the ability to relive the past. Like you can go back and race the 1970 version of Imola. You can race the 1980 version. You can go back and race those configurations. And there's tragic accidents that have happened. And
We've covered them, yeah.
Yeah, that we've covered a lot of them. And you can go back and kind of relive those, not in a dark way, but like kind of see what the picture looked like, for them at the time, unfortunately.
With appropriate cars of that era.
Exactly. That's what makes it. That game will never be uninstalled. It's kind of like AC. AC
and
will never be uninstalled.
It's got VR support.
Oh yeah, best in its class. One of the best VR experience period on PC right now. So
wow, didn't they get a new Nordschleifer track?
Ooh, I don't know.
I gotta go see what these packs are.
Cannot confirm or deny.
Yeah, I know
I
somebody
know.
released like it was weird because they already had the Nordschleife in the game, but then they re-released a new scan of it. So they're like two. I think it was AMS2. They in their new pack they have like a new updated version where
Mm.
they kind of like rebuilt the track from the ground up. So there's like the old version and then the new one. So I meant to hop in there and try it out, but yeah, the
That
TL.
track too has a lot of configs. Like
Oh
you
yeah,
got the tourist version, you got the GP, you got the 24-hour version, which is my
yeah,
favorite. That's my favorite one. The full
yeah. Me,
track.
yeah. I like that too. I feel
The
kind of shorted
24?
whenever. Yeah,
Hell
I
yeah.
feel kind of shorted because you know, they'll have it on a daily on GT7, and I'll look and it's like got the little short GP track, man. It's
I
not
know
fun.
it's not. It don't hit the same, right? It doesn't hit
Nah,
the same. Eh.
it's not special. That 24 is special, man.
The
Yeah,
24 hours. I think now that you got your feet wet into endurance racing, and you got some. Hey, if you like GT7, then there's got to be somewhere for long team racing over there. I gotta see if
yeah,
does GT7 have driver swap? Does it let you do that for?
yeah. I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm pretty yeah.
I'm
We
not
need a
sure.
if anybody knows the answer to this. This is impromptu. This is a straight up conversation. We need to look into this.
Yeah,
But if
that'd be
anybody
crazy.
knows, that would be great because I'm just saying, Nordschleife is a great track and it would be nice to see you do like I don't know, maybe a 12-hour and have like,
Ooh,
a 4-man squad, 5-man squad that you can split the hours in between. So it's not that much. Um,
that'd be cool. I can hop on and kind of build a server and see what it'll let me do.
okay.
Yeah,
That'd
so
be,
I can give us an update next
that'd be
week.
great.
Yeah.
I'll probably do the same thing, but all right,
Yeah.
Eric, what you got for us this week, man? I see we need to discuss this, man. We've been biting around the bush, and I'm gonna let
Yeah,
you have the
man.
stage, bro. I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
have it, bro.
Yeah, I've been rubbing my knees here, and we kind of were discussing it a little bit before off air. And in my mind, you mentioned like the GRL races and the time frames. Like I've been in the rig and I've raced for hours at a time, right? But I've not done a single race that has lasted an hour or more. And that was in my mind, it was like, oh, like I've raced for hours, I've sat in the rig for hours. This will be not necessarily a walk in the park. It'll be different, but it won't be that bad. So what I found out was it's different when you can't get up, you can't, stop and take a sip, you can't look at the chat, you have to be on for an entire hour straight, especially on spot. Because one
Welcome to my
wrong
life.
turn, one wrong look, and you're in the wall. And even just near the end of that hour, I was kind of not zoning out, but like my focus was waning, and I was kind of making more mistakes, and it was like a struggle, especially when you're trying to manage your fuel, trying to manage the tires near the end, and they're getting shaky and sketchy and stuff. So it's really it was really interesting. But I wanted to show you guys a couple clips, not clips, but photos just from the race. Um, Once again, shout out to Tim. He sent me these on Messenger. Made me feel real good. I won't say specifically what place I came in. It wasn't a high number, and
That's
there were very
okay.
few
It's
numbers
your first
after.
race. Like what?
Yeah,
Like
but
it's your first long race. You know?
yeah, and I didn't really get to practice because the streaming aspect of it is that's a whole
Oh,
different
dude, I'm
monster.
sorry. I was trying to like help you troubleshoot like live, and I know how
Yeah,
stressful isn't that stressful, bro? When you should be practicing, but you're not
yeah.
practicing. You having to troubleshoot like all kinds of stuff, and it's not working out.
So
Sometimes it
I'll
makes
say,
me just want to just straight up cancel everything. I get it. I'm
so
telling you, man. It, kid,
I'll say that was kind of the thing that I wanted to kind of push through because I knew I wasn't the fastest because those guys, like several of them were like A drivers, and so I knew that they had more pace than me and all that stuff, and so I wasn't really concerned about being too fast. I was more concerned about just like kind of keeping my keeping a level
Surviving.
head throughout the whole thing, not ruining anybody else's race, and
Hmm.
kind of being able to have a decent effort, which I did. But the streaming piece, not letting that go to my head as far as everything not being the way that I wanted it to be. I had some, and I was kind of proud because I didn't have any real technical issues. There was just I didn't have the all the equipment. So I found out I needed a chat link cable, which I never needed before because once again in GT7, I've talked about it in the past. I'm usually I'm usually racing by myself. So I've never been in a chat with other racers while I was racing in GT7. So I've never needed a chat link cable. But in order to have
Mm.
that to where you guys can hear the chat through the stream and you can hear the audio and so that was just kind of one thing, just like a little learning lesson. But looking back at the stream, I kind of was, proud of what,
Yeah, it doesn't
you
matter.
know,
The racing was there, the car was there, the sound was there,
yeah, that
and we
was
got to hear you. And that's really all that should
yeah,
matter. The little things, you fix them.
yeah, yeah.
You
So we
find
done
ways to
grow
make
from
it
that.
better the next time. Nice.
Yeah. So it was at Spa. And like I say, I
See the
did,
graphics on GT7.
yeah,
They're nice.
these are
I
screen
can't
grabs
I
from the
can't
weekend.
front.
The pictures are dope. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
look at
killer
that.
shot.
Yes, sir. He's
Who made that?
don't
Look at that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tim, man. This is my
Hell
favorite
yeah,
one right here,
Tim.
man. He got me looking good. Now, if you notice, I'm not anywhere near the rest of the pack.
It's just
Like I
like
said, we
golf,
won't talk
bro.
about
If
that,
you
man.
if you look good, you play good. That's it.
Hey,
That's the
I
name of the
felt
game of
good,
that
man. He sent
sport.
me these pictures. I got reinvigorated. I'm like, man, I need to get back out there, man. But
That
yeah, but it
looks
was fun,
nice.
man. Like I say, shout out to those guys. They got a nice group of guys going. And once again, I talk about the community all the time, but I had a blast. Um, I did want to mention, like I said before, the streaming aspect. If you stream while you're racing, I tip my hat to you. Getting to a point where you can, race and stream and pay attention to the chat. That's that's a learned thing. Jason, your setup is spectacular, man. I mean,
Thank you, bro.
you
It's
the
not easy,
engagement,
man. Yeah,
bro. It
it's not
is,
easy.
and like you said, the mental piece. When you start the stream, you say you're going to start
Yeah,
at a certain time, and something goes wrong, something not right,
it gets to you, bro.
and
Yeah.
yeah, but you still manage to be fast, still manage to perform, and not let it get to your head. That's it,
The
man, for
best
that,
thing you
man.
can do is what you did. The best thing you can do is be in the chat room and talk to people, because sitting there
Yeah,
by yourself, um, the chat doesn't have a voice. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's just text.
yep,
So when you're reading this text, you have to kind of when you read it, you kind of play an audio in your head, like if someone was talking to you. But it's
yeah,
cool having like a group of people that are chatting, and then they might have a question on the stream, and you include them into that chat. That's what I found works the best to keep the
yeah,
balance and to keep focus, is to have someone to talk to. Because if you, bro,
yeah,
at 2 or 3 in the
man,
morning when I was doing my stint, that was a long night, bro. And
yeah.
Neil was up, man, drinking coffee, and he was talking to me about all kinds of stuff. And
You need
it's
that, man.
important. It's important. You
I
need it.
Yeah, I
It's
can't
like a spotter,
imagine.
man. You go to the gym, you need someone to spot you. You know what I mean? Even though
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what you're doing,
yep,
you might be an athlete or a bodybuilder. You still need a spotter. You know what I mean? You
yeah,
need somebody there to keep you pumped up and motivated. And then you do the same thing for them, when it's their
yeah,
stint.
yep,
So
I thought it was a pretty sharp looking product, though. I logged in and saw you and some of the graphics and the overlays and stuff, dude. I thought it was a pretty solid product, especially first time around.
yeah, man.
yeah.
I was like I said, looking back at it, I was happy with the sound, happy with how it looked. Like I
Well,
say,
quality was there. I'll tell you right now.
yeah, yeah, so I was happy about that. I did. There were some things that for the first time, I realized like, oh, I need that I don't have doing that race. One of them was uh, a DDU on my wheelbase or on my rim.
Hmm. Now you see
I
the
needed that.
now you
Yeah,
see the oomph of why we need this much data. At first, when
Yeah.
you start sim racing, right?
Hmm.
You're like, what do you need all this? Why do you need to know all this stuff? Or this
Yeah.
chunk of data on this top screen? And there's a lot of things that can help you figure out what's going on, especially when you're
Yeah.
driver swapping. When you're driver swapping, that DDU or fourth monitor is going to come in handy big time because you get to see the data that your driver can see, and then instead
Yeah.
of the driver having to look down or swipe a page and look for something, you're like, no, man, this is where you're at. This is how much fuel you got. This is where your
Yeah.
tires are. Kind of like a race engineer almost,
Yeah.
so
I'll say the thing that kind of stuck out to me the most was I had all the information I was looking for available, but it was all over the screen. So
hmm
having a lot of that stuff in a DDU would have helped a lot, like being able to see lap times, even
in one's
like I said,
place. Correct.
even at a certain point, because I was using the UI in the car, and I'm like, oh, I can see my mile per hour, I can see my gears, but having a dedicated DDU would have been a lot better than being kind of stuck looking at like that little display in the car in the game because I missed a couple shifts. Like I didn't downshift enough going around one that first turn, that first hairpin one time,
Scrolling through.
and yeah, so it was like I needed something. I needed more information. So now I see why guys might have like LED boxes with the gear you're in, like in
Yes.
different places around their rig, and just
Yeah.
more information to help you kind of
No, this is good
have a better
data.
situational awareness. Yeah,
This is excellent because it's not about the flash. It's not You're not
yeah,
spending this kind of money to be flashy or to make it look cool. It's actual
mhm,
things. These are tools there for you to make it easy, right?
yeah,
Um, I
yep,
think GT7 is very limited with the UI. You can't move it. You can't adjust it. You can't
yeah,
change it. Um, if you want to see brake balance, you got to press a button like 2 or 3 times before you can get to it. It'd be
yeah,
nice to have a DDU that tells you this is where your brake balance is right now. This is where
yeah,
your fuel is. This is where your TC is. Because when tires start to how do you say degrade on me,
Yep.
yeah,
I change that brake balance as the race is going on. I start
yeah,
with a very aggressive um VB to the rear,
mhm.
depending on the car, and then as the race is going on, I may adjust it up, up again because the
That's
tires are
interesting.
wearing. Yeah,
We should cover something like that over,
I
in
know we
race
should.
adjustments too. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
because I've been slowly, not to change topics, but to, in race up changes to the car with brake balance, etc.
Brake
yeah,
balance, and then on formula cars you have the MGU, right? The all the modes, the attack mode, the regen mode, and learning how to use that makes you faster because you're in control of what you want the car to do and when you want it to use the battery in the case of an F1 car, or
yeah,
for a GT car, or you have your, how do you say this, LMP cars use the ARB, right? So front and rear ARB, that messes with the balance of the car too. So the settings are not there. They're there for you to use them. It's
yeah,
just that when you first start racing, you rely on the stock setup, and then you figure out like what the car needs. Does it need more wing? Does it need more, etc., etc.
yeah.
So I think that's cool. I think that's good data. And trust me, I would love to help you shop for a DDU. I
I
would love
bet.
to.
Etsy's got some reasonable ones. I got the one I got from Etsy was, I have no gripes over it. It was, I don't do it. I don't use it anymore, but it did what I needed to do. I just try to do
You
the
got that
formula.
Solpec that has like
Yeah.
a
So
5-inch fucking screen. You don't really need a
Oh yeah,
DDU with a screen that size,
yeah.
but it is nice to have a screen at eye level instead of it
yeah,
being here where your hands are, because now you have to do this a little bit. But
yeah,
then on a straight, if you're it depends on the track, right? Depends on the
yeah,
track. You might not have time for a straightaway. It might be a small track, that's always turning and bending, and you're like, I can't change it. I can't even look at the chat right now.
yeah,
Needless to
yeah. That
say,
was
where your
crazy.
RPMs are or
And that's what
something.
I do. I straight up tell the chat, listen, I hear you guys pinging messages because I have like a little noise. It depends on how crazy the chat is. If it's getting out of control, then I mute it. But if it's like a slow night and it's like one or two guys in there, then I'll turn it on and I'm like, hey, I hear the message. When I get to the straightaway, I'll look at it.
I'll look up.
There's only one. That's the only way.
Yeah.
I've lost many races. Oh, and one thing I'll tell you, Eric. One thing. Never, ever, ever listen to a suggestion that you are not comfortable with. That goes without saying.
Oh yeah.
But one time it was raining and I racing, and the track started to dry up. And I asked the chat. I said, "What do you guys think? You think we're dry enough for the slicks?" And they're like, "Hell yeah!" Put the slicks on. Boom.
20 minutes on the spin cycle, please.
Maybe about 30 F-bombs while I was on while the headset was muted.
Yep. Immediately exit stage left.
Then I had to depart. I was like, "Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been cool." You remember that one?
Yeah.
And I'll never do that again. So God bless you, whoever did that to me. So, anyways,
peer pressure is a powerful drug.
Want to have a live coach available on demand? With Trophy AI, you'll be able to practice with Manso AI at your convenience. A real-time coach in your headphones to navigate and guide you through the track, helping you achieve race pace. This tool is awesome as it provides full brake, throttle, and steering telemetry on screen with a live review getting you ready for your next big race. Check links to Trophy AI in the description and also use Chicane12 in all caps for a 12% discount. That's what's up. So closing this, right?
Yeah.
What are your overall thoughts of endurance racing for your first race, Eric? Like for real.
Overall thoughts, it's, we talked about it before, but it's definitely like in my mind the pinnacle of racing, right? It requires everything that you have, everything all the different functions of the car. You got to be familiar with them if you want to be fast. Like you said, talked about setups. If you kind of just use a stock setup, you'll kind of be at the mercy of the conditions. I'm familiar with brake balance for the most part, but after the race, there were guys talking about, I was changing my fuel. I was changing my brake balance as my tires wore down. I was, doing different things, short shifting to save on tire wear. Like there's a lot of other aspects that come into play when you're racing for that.
Coasting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's the pinnacle.
Yeah, man. You find strategies throughout, and I think it's throughout the race, depending on the condition and what happens during, because it could rain. That changes your whole entire plan, just out the window. Oh, I was praying for rain, man.
Dude did do first endurance and first streaming, so there is something to be said about,
Hell yeah.
If you're going to jump in, you might as well jump in the deep end, know?
Yeah, gotta rip that Band-Aid off, man.
Tip my hat to you, buddy, for doing that one.
Yeah, links in the description, guys. The replay is actually on Eric's YouTube. And I will post that in here. Of course, if you guys want to check it out and check out some streaming from Mr. Kelly, that'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we'll move on to the next topic. And Jeff has something cool. You always have something cool to bring to the group here. I like it.
Yeah, Jen. So this topic is kind of, after everybody gets their setup, kind of the way that they want to, if you're going to go VR, if you're going to go triples, but once you get everything to where you're kind of in it, and now you're like, I think I want to start upgrading. I've got everything. There's nothing I'm missing per se, but now you want to, like we say, it's never finished. But a lot of people jump in and they want to go what we refer to as the trophy wheel, the wheel that you are proud to put on the wall, on your rig, show off to people.
Right there.
I think it makes you faster. But anyway, so I want to cover some things when you are looking for that trophy wheel. What you got there, Jason?
Oh yeah, we're about to have a discussion.
Yes, we are. We're about to have a discussion. I cleaned mine up right before.
You cleaned your. You cheated. Where's my damn? I have one here. Hold on. But yeah, go ahead.
So I got a couple topics here that I want to talk about. What just that people should be on the back of their mind when they're starting to look at that wheel. That is, I won't say the forever wheel, but like the trophy wheel. That's what we call it because it's like the trophy that you have on the wall or whatever that you're proud to show off. So the first thing that I think you should be looking at is, what are you using it for? Are you a NASCAR guy? Are you a Formula guy? Are you a cup car or a stock car, GT3, whatever? And I understand that people drive a variety of things, but you have to kind of pick one that you're gonna focus the wheel around, or you're gonna have to start looking at wheels that do a lot of things decent. But it's
Right.
like a trade-off of like, if you think of your triangle of, Formula, stock
Jack of
car,
all trades.
GT3, you're going to have to start giving some of those angles up to get in the other ones. So, but what I think, this is the first and foremost, the thing that you need to do when looking for a new wheel is you have to love the wheel. And
Yes.
that's unquantifiable, but you have to, when you look at your wheel, be like, damn, that is a sexy looking wheel right there. And when I see mine in my rig, I'm like, God, I just want to get in there and drive. Like, you got to be in love with the wheel that you're looking at. If you're looking at a wheel that it checks all these other blocks, but you don't love the way it looks, find the other wheel that you really love and start keeping.
Wait.
Because
wait.
Yes. Because you're spending so much money on this thing that you want it, you want to love it, right? So, and you also need to start looking at some of the other functions. But first and foremost, like, I walk past the rig and I see the wheel in there, and especially when I got the wallpaper on there and the heart beating of the LEDs. And look at him, Jason's hugging his wheel.
Hell yeah, man! This is how I sleep.
You have to look at it and be like, God, that's a cool looking wheel. And like, just I think I'm like, man, I have this. I can't believe I have this in my house. You have to love number one, you have to love how the wheel looks. Some other things, and these aren't in very specific order because, again, it's going to depend on what you want to use it for. But these are data points that you should be looking at when you start speccing out a wheel. So after we talk about the look, you got to love the way it looks. The next one is the size of the wheel. And that kind of goes to what you're looking to do with it. If you're driving a Formula car, majority of it, you're going to drive a smaller millimeter. We showing wheels again? You're going to drive a tighter, smaller wheel if you're driving a Formula car, right?
With millimeters, right? With millimeters, it's a good point. The thing is, I'm sorry for interrupting, but
no, please do.
300, I find to be the most compatible with this triangle that you're talking about, because 300 could work for GT. It can work for Formula. It's not the best for Formula, but it can work for Formula. And then it also can work for P1 cars, right? So this is already a wheel that can do 3 classes, in my opinion. That's why I love this wheel. And these controls have controls for exit, mid, and I was talking about ARB, right? ARB, rear and front. I was talking about down here, it says deploy down here in that sticker. Let me see if you see it right there. There it is. It says deploy, map, ABS, TC1 and 2, or TC2, TC, bias. So the blue here represents Formula, and the green here represents, in this wheel's case, these are stickers from Lovely Dashboard. Shout out to Constantinos for making these for this wheel. But yeah, and I love this wheel. But Jeff, please go ahead. Sorry.
No, absolutely. So
you get me excited.
That's fine. So if you're a stock car dude, you're gonna want a bigger wheel and probably more of a round wheel than your normal Formula wheel. That's not a complete wheel. So and those should go up. Those are, I mean, Jason, you know how much like millimeters those guys? They're probably measured in inches. They're so big, so to speak.
Oh
yeah. So, anyways, bigger the wheel, gentler,
well,
subtle,
precise
more
movements,
inputs.
right?
Yep,
NASCAR
absolutely.
is very precise. If you have something this small,
they're not crossing their arms, right? They're just little tiny
You literally
inputs.
need like that much on this wheel, maybe that much to get it to turn. But on a round wheel, you have more play because it's bigger. There's more range. You know what I mean with it. This is just straight up twitch. You do this, you're in the wall.
Yeah.
And on NASCAR,
Or,
dude.
yeah. So after you look at the size of kind of fitting in a range of compatibility with what you're looking for, like that triangle we were talking about with Formula, Stock Car, GT3, or whatever your combination of racing that you do is, then you start to look at some of the features that Jason had started to allude to. So a lot of the more common ones are your rotaries. Most of them now come with the rotaries. This one's kind of cool. The Solpec it's got a rotary, but then if you push in, clicks, now you have another rotary, push it in, it goes back to the first one. Most wheels now come with rotaries. You don't want some with the funky switches. So it's a round, up, down, seven way. Yep. And then every wheel should have a number of these ones, more or less, just a scroller. Jason, yours is different where it can, I think they have a setting in SimHub where you can use one click and then you can change like a volume or ABS, click it back. Yep. So you're going to want to look into those, obviously paddles, but then they have, some have clutches on the back. You're going to want to minimize the amount of plastic that's in the wheel. And obviously the higher end wheels are going to have a little less plastic. So that's just something to look into. And then one of the last things I want to talk about is compatibility with your direct drive. So bought this one and I thought it was compatible with the smaller hub on the SimHub or the SimMagic Alpha. It wasn't. I was like, how come these bolts aren't lining up? Turns so just things that need to be in your cross check if you're looking for a new wheel. Like I had to sit and not use it on the counter for like 3 days until I got the NRG, which it looks freaking badass, by the way. I mean, like, look at that. That goes on.
NRG is a real, that's a real quick release. It's
a real quick release.
Car quick release.
But like when Max and, George Russell and Lando get out of their car and they put their wheel on the car, I'm like, yeah, mine looks like that too. Like look at it. That goes on a computer.
It's relatable.
Yeah. And it makes that nice little ching.
The cha-ching.
So you need to look into some of the compatibility because I had that problem. I had the wheel and couldn't use it. So NRG makes a pretty good quick detach. I don't know what the right word. Quick release. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. The last thing and this is probably just as important, like looks and loving your wheel. This is like a half inch below that. Is it, in my opinion, it has to be SimHub compatible.
Oh, thank God you said that.
If your wheel is not SimHub compatible, how you doing? Keep it moving.
You're severely limiting yourself. I'm going
to call one out here. So the SimMagic FX Pro, I think the name of it is. If SimMagic made that wheel SimHub compatible, that wheel would be the most popular wheel on the market, hands down.
They're missing out
because at that price point, you have a screen, the LEDs, the Formula look, but it's not SimHub compatible. You are just limiting yourself significantly with the capabilities of your wheel. I would never recommend anybody at any price point get a wheel that wasn't SimHub compatible. Jason, Eric, what are your thoughts on that?
I have nothing to say, bro. Jeff, you hit the nail on. you hit the nail straight on the head, and you did the Karate Kid. Where he nails it in one shot. You don't have to. You know what I mean? It's like it's not doon doon doon. You went doon, and it went right away.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. I mean, these guys, and this is why you all need to go to the damn SimGaming Expo so you can put your hands on this before you spend that kind of money. I bought this with blindfolded. Jeff was like, I love this wheel. It looks dope. I love what it does.
But until you get to it.
I don't know, right?
You open that box, you're like, dear, please, God, let me like it, love it. You open it up, like, oh, yeah.
And you'll know the moment you do this, the moment you put your fingers around the grips and you actually take the car on for a ride, that's when you know. And I can't return this. This isn't a product that you can just buy and return. This ain't Amazon.
Does she sing to you?
Yeah, or Best Buy or anything.
Yeah.
So I'd say, Jeff, I think I have nothing to say. Honestly, I would, in my personal opinion, I would stay away from wireless wheels because the more things that can fail, the worse. You know what I mean? You ever seen a luxury car that has way too much stuff in it? It's like, damn, if this thing fails, then I don't know. It's the deeper the how do you say this? Too many gremlins can happen
Yeah.
with power or wireless signals messing with the connection, and you don't want to have that happen in a 24-hour race
And
where
it's hard to,
the
if I
first
could pile
15
on
hours
here,
is good, but
is
now it's not good.
if you're going to do that, then you're kind of stuck with that DDU and wheel. Then not much
Exactly.
works, interchangeable across companies. But the last, I will save one more is how your wheel connects to your PC. Mine and Jason does probably the same exact cord.
Yep.
I forget the
forget.
name of the cord.
I'll
but,
get you the name of
you
this
could,
cord, but it's a weird name.
yeah, you
But
just screw it in, and then it's got a big coily crew. Honestly, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but that's pretty much what the industry's left with.
there you go.
It's
like
there you go.
screwed
Thank you.
in. Yep. Like way in there.
Yeah, and then it does not come out. It'll come out of the other end of the USB than it will before that one. You just wind it around. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I wish we had a better way to do it. I don't know. I don't have a better idea to do it, but that's what we have more or less. That's pretty much the standard industry standard for connecting your wheel to your PC. I can't think of another company that has a better way to do it.
So there is an option, I will say. Dan Suzuki developed a powered, I don't know what you would call it, but it's a powered hub. It's basically a board soldered, and it has a cable, and you connect this cable to USB, and you use a quick release similar to this. If you look inside your quick release, it has like terminals in there, right? It's like white. The term I removed mine because I like the look of it just being just naked. There you go. Yeah, Jeff's got it up. So it'll look somewhere similar to that, and I think it costs like a few. It's not a lot of money. And you can get like PCBboards.com. I forget I'll get all that information and put it below. I promise. This is like straight up from memory. I think you pay him like $5 on his Patreon, and he gives you the plans to it and the BOM, which is the bill of materials. And then you just load that bill of materials into that website, and it spits out all the stuff you need. Long story short, you hook up the wheel to the base, and it gets power. I don't know how he's. I don't know. It's awesome too because you can
it's
add
that PFM.
Yes,
pure friggin' magic.
Pure freaking magic, straight up. And you could do this to all your other wheels that need power, and then you could just have one quick release and power them all that way. I haven't taken the plunge because I had a scare with this wheel, with a version of this wheel, and I really wanted to give it the time to see what it would be like. It's almost been a year since I bought this wheel. I want to say, or about 6 or 7 months. Huh? Getting close, right?
Getting close, yeah.
Yeah, it was like somewhere December timeframe. I think I picked up an Asher.
Fall.
Yeah, something like that. And I wanted to really test it out stock and not do anything to it. And it's been great. It's been really awesome since. So, but yeah, those are really good points, man. Eric, what are your thoughts? I mean, I didn't hear from you much, but I know you got a Sim Magic wheel and it's connected over there, and it's all looking pretty over there. You don't feel like removing her, but
no, that's not the reason why. It's I can show you why that Sim Magic wheel is over there and my trophy wheel isn't there. Because this is my trophy wheel.
Oh,
that's the RSR. That's the one I want, bro.
You see that price tag?
We need to have
a
discussion someday over does officially licensed product justify the price?
I mean, so
eventually we need to have a conversation.
Well, it's like clothes, Jeff, right? There's Louis Vuitton. You buy something from Louis, and it's like $2,000 book bag. It's the brand,
Well, so my
brand and
my
quality
thoughts on that. The price is You can't tell me something is overpriced or underpriced unless you can show me something else that's the exact same thing for a lower price. So if you
Bro,
show me somebody else making this wheel for less money,
they
then we
got the
can
one
talk.
that you make your
You got,
own.
you guys
You can
hear
make your
Eric,
own.
man?
That's
He
true.
will switch it up on you.
But
When
no, man,
when
I'm
his
for real.
when in his
So
his favorite, bro, he's like,
no, man.
Eric,
So
I'm
I
watching you,
used to
bro.
go through this, man. I used to go through
I
this.
used to go.
I used to sell cars, and people would come in and they would tell me what they feel like stuff should cost, and I'm like, okay, where do you get that number from? They do it with buying a car, and they were even worse with selling their car. Whatever price you told them, their car is worth more than that. I'm like, sir, your car doesn't go in reverse. It's not worth it. It's barely a real car. Okay. And so looking at this wheel, I can't say it doesn't cost that because I don't want to build one. So now I'm stuck with buying one. You show me another wheel that looks just like this, that's not that price, I will probably get it. As
Okay.
right now,
So
I
I
don't
have
know
a
one for
different.
you.
I
have a
hate when you
different.
use logic.
Yeah.
I know. See, I'm gonna give you the real. If
Yeah.
if I wanted, I mean, I would love this wheel. First of all, this is an excellent choice. It is really magnificent. Just because I'm a big Porsche guy now, a huge Porsche fan. Uh,
Bro.
but if a wheel came out like this and it didn't say Porsche on the front and it didn't have the official logo on it, I will not buy it. Because I know, yeah, because I know that the original OG one exists, and if it exists, then it makes me look like I'm straight up biting off the Porsche wheel.
Exactly.
That's just
But you got $1,000 in your pocket. A G. You're a G closer to motion.
But when I see you on
true.
stream, I'm gonna be like, hey, that's that dude with that fake Porsche wheel.
I'll 3D print
Exactly.
you a logo out and send it to
That's
you.
like buying a Chrysler 300 and calling it a Phantom. It's not a Phantom.
Bro,
It's
that's
not
so
a Phantom.
funny.
I hope none of. I don't think anybody's driving a 300 these days. That was back in the early 2000s.
But when it came out, dude, I was like,
that was the funniest shit. Like, oh, it's a Phantom. It's the same thing. It is not the same thing.
Look, that line when they were like, it looks like a Phantom until a real Phantom pulls up. And I saw a Phantom in Houston one time. When I tell you that car is humongous, like it's when they said that, and you've seen a real Phantom and you've seen the price of 300, it hits you deep. You're like, they are not the same. Like it don't even look the same anymore. It's not even close.
Here's something that's going to trigger some people. This right here is like the real world Ferrari and Lamborghini. You take the Porsche logo and the Porsche name off it, it's the new Corvette ZR1 C8.
Oh, really? It looks like
That's the equivalent. They're both like one is actually it's the same car. It's the same. Actually, I'd even argue that the Corvette's better, and it's a third of the price.
Yeah, performance wise, yeah. And Lamborghini is Volkswagen.
I usually
he said it. Or
Audi. Vets have a special place in my heart. To be honest,
those C8s, dude.
Vets are
a
class of their own. They're not. You can't call them muscle cars. Those are they're different. To me, they're different. You know.
Mid-engine.
Hey, we got a $20 discount. Come on, man.
Oh, it's only $2,300.
You see, you got a discount.
I'm on my way.
Bro.
I'm on my way.
Hey, if somebody wants to
top tier stuff,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think SimLab. Took over Grid.
I think you might be right.
And that's how come they're making pedals now, and they're making a wheelbase, and they're making.
I saw somebody actually made a comment on one of the videos that SimLab has a new Mercedes model that they're pushing out with Mercedes badging on the 8020 rig.
What about the older one?
Yet?
Are they going to discount the older one? Oh
no! The actual 8020, the rig has. The Mercedes
we were looking at it.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah,
we were looking at it. Eric and I, we were looking at it. Yo, open that up, man. It's right there. Look.
Yeah, right there.
Look at the. Just zoom in. No. Click on the picture.
Click on the picture.
If Jeff seen this, he will buy it just because it says AMG Petronas on the side. 100,000%. Even
I-
if it was
You're
the
the
same rig
audience.
for 1,000 off, Jeff, you would buy this one. You know,
It
look, what hat do you have on right now? What hat is this? Because I can get
Yeah,
a similar
yeah.
hat that
Hey,
has
my
the
man-
same.
Say
Got
same.
him. That's like pay less in Foot Locker, bro. Listen, bro.
Again, I hate it when you guys use logic, but in all seriousness, the P1
That is a
X-
sexy ass freaking
Or not
chassis, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, but
it's
they're
ready to
top
go.
tier. They're P1X. So I think it's the P1. What's their top? I forget their top. Their
P1X
what's the-
Ultimate.
That's what I have.
Yeah.
It's a P1
X. Yeah, Ultimate isn't even that much, and you could argue that the rig that Jason, you have is a nicer one than that, structural wise.
Well, no. Take off the integrated Vario.
Yeah, it's cheap. Yes, add a little bit on there.
Damn, it went up. So I paid 800 for mine. But things are going up, you know, guys, with the way things are
Yeah.
going on.
Especially
in the
it's the
world.
metal. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I know.
yeah. That's more of a rig than the other one.
Shut
It's
up,
cheaper.
Eric.
I'm out here in these streets, man.
I'm
Out
out
here in the streets.
That one's a little more.
It don't come with those foot mounts though. I think those are set. Those are extra.
It's
the
not
little
it used to be.
risers.
It used to be extra. I think they're including them now. So
Are they? I have the rubber mounts.
listen,
Or
I'll tell
with
you
the butt
what.
kicker.
I've been happy with mine. It's 5 years old, and that thing, not a peep, not a squeak,
Yeah.
not nothing. you
I just
know?
got the Evo and it's killer for me. I
Hell
wish
yeah.
yeah. I think they're coming to the expo. I think I saw something.
SimLab's
You go
coming
here,
to the
Jeff.
expo.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at the price tag of this thing. Same thing. Can't tell.
All right, but listen, I would love.
They did say I ain't saying nothing.
We're
No
having
matter
way-
what I say, I'm gonna be guilty as charged.
We're
I ain't saying
having way too
nothing.
much fun. Listen,
Yeah.
let's wrap it up here.
Okay. Okay.
Bring it back. We're gonna bring it back. Yeah.
We have
2-hour
dreams.
episode here.
We can all have dreams, right? So, unfortunately, we're not going to have time for a track of the week because we were having way too much fun on the show, and that's what it's all about, right? It's hanging out with the fellas. Sometimes discussing sim racing doesn't have to be so serious, right? I do want to cover 3 questions we got in the mail. I'm gonna call it the fax machine or something. I got to think of a name to call it. Something weird, like a beeper or a pager or something that we got on the pager. You know,
You've got mail.
The
right,
smoke
man.
signal.
I tell you, I
The
this is my
AOL thing.
favorite part of one of my favorite parts of the podcast is engaging with the community, and this means the world to me. So let me see who's got the first one. I think I put them down here. Honestly, whoever wants to go first.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so this is from Philip K. So I'm going to read this real quick. So, hey, thanks, Philip, for sending an email here. And he goes on to say, how I mounted my shakers with the Extra Track Racer screen mounts. Amp is floating with a bungee cord strapped to a vest-mounted plate. I don't know if he means VESA, but anyways, a vest-mounted plate. Could have mounted to the seat rail extrusions, but really didn't feel like banging my ankles on them every time I got in and out. I know what you mean, dude. And let me make this bigger, so to speak, and share how he does it.
Oh, he gave us pictures. Okay.
Yep. So interesting that he puts the shakers mounted inside.
That's what I was telling you. Remember to save room?
Yeah. Yeah,
you
but
can
my
mount
problem is I mounted mine way further, almost to where like my heels would be, in the front, because that was just where it felt better for me. I could feel the difference as it they were separated from the sides more. But interesting how he mounted them there, much cleaner. You know, like if you were looking at it from the outside, you wouldn't notice them. Where me, I have these ugly,
You'd never see
spiked hockey pucks sitting on the side of my rig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a clean mount there. Here, I think there's one more here. One more.
I think it gives your chassis a little class. You have those floating out there like that.
So this is him installing them.
I feel your pain, man, because removing a seat and all that.
Oh, bro, it's
It's
that's
dreadful.
a last resort, but you have to do what you have to do sometimes. But
yeah, that plate that he's got.
I see he got the cat or dog bag nested in. That's what's up. You know,
dude, a lot of our,
companion.
the companions love to just hang out with us as we're driving.
Yeah.
So
yeah, my dog.
All right. Well, that's
sniff
what's
him out.
up, man.
yeah, thanks for reaching out there, Philip. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the listening.
It seems
Yeah.
like we're getting a lot of feedback from the bass shakers lately. I do have a cool message I would like to cover, and this one came from Roy Wheeler. And Roy, I want to give you a
He's an
huge
OG.
shout out.
OG.
Yeah, man.
This man was with us almost the entire 24 hours. And then he goes to bed and he's like, I'm gonna be up in 5 hours or 6 hours. I'm coming back. I'm setting an alarm to get up to witness the crossing the line. So I felt the pressure. I was like, bro, if Roy gets up and we don't freaking cross the line, what's he gonna do, man? I don't know. Roy says, I didn't think I would be able to. Excuse me. I didn't think I would be able to go, but plans changed. Just booked flight, hotel, and purchased expo tickets of course, with the Chicane Podcast affiliate code. Thank you so
Let's
much.
go.
It is not an affiliate, just letting you know, but thank you so much for using that. Be ready. I will be coming with bearing gifts. Can't wait to meet you guys finally, Roy Wheeler. So the
Let's
gift
go.
alone is just meeting you and hanging out with you and just I don't know, seeing everybody in person is going to be surreal to me. I mean, thank you so much, Roy, for this. I
Rose,
really appreciate it.
That's gonna
one
be
of the
dope,
first
man.
one of the first, probably maybe the first guy to send us an email.
I think
He's
so.
one of the, I think
Yeah.
so.
He's
He
up
is an
there.
OG.
OG
Yeah.
for sure.
Supporting
Yeah,
us
And
Roy-
it's
all the
cool
time.
to just be a part, like people listen to us as they're driving to work and stuff. So, he's been doing it for a minute now. So thanks, Roy.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much, Roy. I really appreciate the support. And can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to see you at Schaumburg and at the SimGaming Expo. So, guys, if you want to meet Roy, Chicane 10.
Yeah. Come on
Get
out,
him
man.
today.
It's gonna be a party.
It's going to be a party. That's it. So,
Yep.
we got one more. Eric, what we
Yeah.
got?
Yeah, we got one from Mr. Nicholas Patterson. So he says, "Hi guys, love listening to your podcast early each week while I'm driving to and from work. They really get me pumped up to get back into the sim to practice and train for endurance racing on the weekend. You guys do a great job. Keep up the great work. Nicholas, we appreciate it, man. And I have a new respect for endurance racing. For real." He says, "I'm excited to be going to the SimGaming Expo in September.
Yay.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Looking forward to it,
Dude,
too.
how many people? We're going to have a posse, bro. Like,
I'm
Dude,
telling
is
you,
there a
man.
fire limit to this thing? Like, George, you might want to look at that, whatever that number is.
I'm telling you, man, you got to keep track of that.
you better crank that AC down. It's going to be hot as hell in there.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, man. So he says, plan on going all 3 days. I want to stop by and say hi. I'm hoping my fast lap on Daytona will get me into round 2 of qualifying for the race at the Expo. Hey, we rooting for you, man. He
He's already
says, I
made
missed
the
out
cut.
on
Okay.
he says, I missed out on the opportunity to get the deal on the room at the convention hotel when I bought my expo tickets. I like to stay at the Renaissance Schaumburg Convention Center Hotel due to the expo being held there and not wanting to miss out on any of the fun. My question to you guys is, do you know of anywhere to get deals or discounts for hotel stays? Most of my traveling consists of staying in a camper or the cheapest motel for the night. I can only imagine I'm going to be spending money at the convention center itself. So if there's any way to get a deal on a room, it leaves more money to spend at the expo. I appreciate your time and efforts for the podcast and the sim community. You guys do a great job. Keep up the amazing work. Hope you all have a wonderful week and good luck in the sim. Thank you, Nicholas Patterson. Nick, can't wait to see you, man. Can't wait to see everybody, man. That's gonna be crazy. I feel like
My
we're gonna
boy
have
Nick.
the deepest crew out there, man, right now. That's just what
So,
I'm thinking.
I mean, okay. So I'll give you guys a sneak peek on the show. We're going to have George Anzaldo, which is the CEO and the founder of this expo, come on the show again before. Just I want to say 2 weeks before the event. I want to say if it lines up with the airing. But for this question, I will reach out to him and see if there's anything else in the area. I think that he wanted to fill up the convention hotel because I believe he had some sort of deal for content creators or for people that were attending the expo to get a special price for it. That's how come we push that so much for you guys to purchase those. And I understand, that it was probably so far out that you may not know if you can make it or whatever. But I'm being told there's options, and I'll reach out to him the soonest and get back to you.
Yeah, just do what works for me is, either Travelocity has some pretty good cheap stuff, but then also what I do when I get stuck in the positions like this is obviously book something now,
Yeah.
but as it gets closer, every day call the hotel or the convention center, because people without doubt somebody's gonna cancel
That's
and
a good
free up a
point.
room. So every day, maybe even twice a day, just call and ask. And don't do it on the internet. Just call and get in touch with a human to see if they have any availability with people canceling.
There you go. That's a good point. That's a good idea. Or if they have a list that they may have, ask them to see if they have a cancellation list that may call you back to see if, hey, this guy canceled, then they call you. A lot of people offer that because when you start calling every single day and they know
Hey,
you're
man.
invited for
You got to do what you got to do.
you got to do what you got to do. But
Or you just don't
Your
tell
new
them the
friend
same
or
person.
something.
Hey, I just forgot to give you a random
just
call.
have the wife do it. Just offset
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Next day, your
your
cousin or friend, or get one of those voice changers, bro, and just do it that way. Just, do you guys have a room?
You got options, man.
Anyways,
You got
dude,
options.
can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see everybody. Chicane 10 guys, thank you so much for the emails. Keep them coming. Stay tuned for George Anzaldo's return to the Chicane podcast. He's gonna come over to update us all on all the wonderful things that have changed since our first interview with him. So if you haven't seen that episode, go back and watch it or listen to it. And that way you're caught up on, because our episode is going to be like a part two, almost like a, so what are we, so where are we now? And, basically go over all the changes that are coming to the event. So, all right, with that, guys, thank you so much. I don't really have any round tables. I'm seeing nodding here, or not nodding,
Just to drive fast and break late, gentlemen.
drive fast, break late, staple of the show. Just give us a pardon on the track of the week. It's track of the week is we have something special for track of the week. The thing is that we need time to put that through. So, but we start talking about cool things, and the clock's going. Man. It just goes. So, with that, guys, thank you so much, Eric, Jeff. Appreciate it. Check out Smart Living Tech 808, and also check out Tech Jet Gaming, which he just mentioned again. He did his first endurance race. Check him out. Support him. Drop a like, subscribe, everything. And with that, guys, have a great start of your week. Thank you.